Hello everyone, this is Takadekadaka with the Dawn of War 2 Elite Modcast version 2.5.1. Today I have a 1v1 match for you on Calderis Refinery, a compact arena style map. Let's take a look at the players. On the blue team we have Mannoroth playing as the Chaos Lord, an offensive tanky melee hero that specializes as a line breaker and features aggressive play. He is a slow hero with high health and starts off with the Daemon Sword and Storm Boulder. On the red team, Trump4President plays the Lord Commissar, an offensive tanky melee hero that specializes in frontline combat. Starts off with a sword and last pistol, as well as a refractor shield that uses energy to soak up incoming damage. Hi everyone, we're gonna jump straight into the action. Mannoroth on the blue team, choosing to go a standard build, 2 heretics to 1 CSM. Trump4President instead, going for a triple guardsman build. Gonna really help out with the map control as he has 3 capturing squads. The 1 sentinel will be able to act as a melee counter, but won't help out in map control as it can only decap units. Blue team marching onto the midpoint, but Trump4President has already captured it, getting out a 2-to-1 lead early on. Execute goes on this guardsman, try and put damage out on the Chaos Lord. However, that Execute uses a lot of his energy and his energy shields are already low. You can focus off the Commissar and take him out of the field and focus the rest of the fire on the guardsman. Chaos Lord switching targets too early, didn't finish off the Commissar, didn't finish off the guardsman either, needs to get out of there. Turns out to be a bad engagement for Mannoroth. CSM are able to force off the Lord Commissar, but however there are 2 ranged squads here that could easily out-damage the Chaos Space Marines and drop models. Building deployable cover here right now. Not really effective. Trump4President backing off now, while the Chaos Space Marines go and capture mid. We do have capturing going on at the same time. Heretics try to capture this point under fire, aren't going to be able to do much and have to back off first. CSM trying to cap under fire, abandon the cap wisely and choose to fire back. Deployable cover goes up, giving these guardsmen heavy cover, which are going to soak up some of the damage coming in from the CSM. Still not going to be able to outshoot them as the CSM are in green cover themselves. Heretic squad comes in to try and tie them up, comes in for the flank, doesn't go for the closer guardsman squad, which I think is a mistake. Notice they already have their aspiring champion, increases their durability, adds a really powerful aspiring champion unit to the model, and adds a spotting sequence. Guardsmen coming in, doing a lot of damage to both the CSM and the heretics. We're probably going to be able to take mid. Right now, nothing really here to contest it, though the Chaos Lord does come in. Is probably going to be able to take this midpoint under fire. Trump4President choosing to consolidate his forces off the field. Heavy weapons team coming in is going to make good work and going to prevent the CSM from firing. Right now, the only dependable damage for Chaos right now is the range fire coming from the CSM as the heretics are having trouble closing in and tying up the guardsmen. We have some skirmishes here on the extremities of the map. Heretics are going to be able to force off these guardsmen and take off a few models while they're at it. Will they? 1 model down. Heavy weapons team keeping blue off the center of the map. Going to come in under fire and not be able to do much. Needs to back off. Needs to get out of there before he loses a model. Does not lose a model. More heretic skirmish, map control, Lord Commissar chases them off. Meanwhile, blue comes right here on the east side. Try and see what it can do. Heretic's probably going to decap that and bleed some requisition income off. Trump4President not really contesting it. He's probably going to try and help out this guardsman squad by setting up a heavy weapons team to peel him off of that. Trump4President taking mid. Right now, 1-to-1 cap 461 to 465. Heavy weapons team does scare off the Chaos Lord and he's going to just have to go around. Red team upping the map control, capturing this requisition point and capturing this power node. Guardsman squad chasing needs to get behind the heavy weapons team if they want to do anything. It's probably going to get forced off or separated. Heavy weapons team going off. Chaos Lords needs to be careful. As he closes in, the heavy weapons team is going to do more damage, might go down if he's not careful. Doom Blast goes off and is actually able to unset up the team. Kill of the Week goes off at a good timing, actually. Heals the Chaos Lord, he's able to sustain his fight for just a little longer. Probably gonna... doesn't cap the point, or try to decap it. Going after these guardsmen instead, taking a lot of damage. Back to where he started in terms of health. Meanwhile, rest of Mannoroth's forces going in, gonna contest mid. Raptors on the field for Mannoroth. Gonna be a good counter to the heavy weapons team. Chaos Lord forced off the engagement. Doom Blast goes off, ties up the guardsmen. Gonna peel off a lot of models. Raptors go in, tying up this guardsman squad. These guys need to get out of here before they lose any more models. 40 DPS on these Chaos Raptors, if I'm not mistaken, or 30, one of the two. Either way, high damage output squad for jump infantry. Heavy weapons team caught, but they're safe in base. Base turrets do not go off. But these guardsmen need to get out of there. Need to get out of the way because they're in retreat path. Might lose a squad. Doesn't choose to chase that. Almost wiped it. 30 DPS, 30 health left. Probably needed 1 or 2 swings. Heavy weapons team does scare off these raptors. Meanwhile, Red retaking this victory point. Lord Commissar going all the way up here to chase. Probably forgot about him. Anyways, chasing CSM back into base. CSM under worship, move faster, get away from the Lord Commissar, but it's going to be forced off. Wisely not using a Doom Blast as the base turrets are enough to suppress the Lord Commissar. Meanwhile, Red expanding its map control, 2-to-1 cap, 424 to 452 right now. Both players right now, Tier 2. Trump4President right now, for the first Tier 2 unit going to be coming out, is Chimera, which is going to allow him to reinforce off of it and store his units inside, increasing his mobility and staying presence on the field. Right now, Trump4President choosing to keep guardsmen out in low health, pretty dangerous as CSM would be able to pick off models really easily. Heretics going in, gonna Doom Blast maybe? No Doom Blast, but does get models on retreat. Heretics forced off though. Mannoroth choosing to get Plague Marines as if anticipating the Chimera. Chimera's effectiveness now going to be limited as the Plague Marines move into the field. Chaos Space Marines, as you can see by here, have Eternal War, which buffs their damage. And Chaos Raptors choosing to get their Aspiring Champion. Guardsman Squad unable to get the decap, forced off immediately. Chimera now seen by Mannoroth. Trump4President choosing to consolidate his forces in the middle. Chimera parking, but Plague Marines are coming on the field. Rear armor is exposed. Needs to move his Chimera away. Does move them out of range. Lord Commissar's flare goes down, limiting the range of that rocket launcher and their bolters, keeping it safe for the time being. Big engagement here. Heavy weapons team needs to get out of there. Not going to be able to reinforce fast enough to get stay on the field. Is forced off. Doesn't die. Rest of Mannoroth's forces coming in here. Bleeding guardsmen. That guardsman squad's going to retreat, and this one's going to go out there. That was a losing engagement. Rocket does hit. Doesn't do a lot of damage. Lord Commissar still in engagement. Buying time. Guardsman squad comes back into play to try and peel models off the Heretic squad, but the rest of the fire here is going to be dangerous for them. Needs to get out of there too. Does force off the Heretics, both Heretic squad. One Heretic squad down to just the Aspiring Champion, and one Heretic model left. Guardsman forced back into base. Cap for mid going up. Trump4President really needs to prepare this Chimera with the presence of the Plague Marines on the field. He needs to keep this at high health so that he has a lowered risk of losing it. Meanwhile, Mannoroth taking mid 403 to 417 right now, 2-1 cap. Heavy weapons team setting up. Gonna almost catch these Plague Marines, but they will still be able to fire under suppression. Guardsmen trying to capture under fire, but they're not going to be able to do much. Right now they're outside the firing arc of the heavy weapons team. Chaos Lord does not get suppressed. Chaos Lord does take a lot of damage in return though, but it's able to stop the decap. Mannoroth's army is here in force, however, one guardsman squad for Trump4President is out capturing points. Not going to help in this engagement. Heavy weapons team jump, needs to get out of there again. Guardsman really low, dangerously low, doesn't get wiped. Rocket goes off, hitting the front armor. Commissar left out without support, needs to get out of there, needs to retreat. Commissar flare goes off again, saving the Chimera, though pathing issues posed a little bit of danger. Trump4President really backed up into base, the only exception being this guardsman squad. Note of this power, just to be a little annoying, gives Trump4President a little more power income and time to keep that node. Mannoroth backing up, choosing not to contain him in the base. Choosing instead to consolidate his forces in the middle and defend that point. Actually, going to try and cut this guardsman squad off. Guardsmen in a dangerous position being flanked on all sides. Heretics need to come in and force them off. Guardsman squad caught off, but the rest of the forces arrive. Autocannon upgrade for the heavy weapon squad, but they are jumped, unable to even fire. Plasma guardsmen are going to put a lot of damage on the CSM, both the Raptors and the Chaos Space Marines. But they really need to stay alive and stay on the field to have any sort of effect. Plague Marines in amongst them. Blood Sacrifice goes off, summoning Bloodletters onto the field. Bloodletters are gonna do a lot of damage to these guardsmen and tie them up, forcing them back into the base. Lord Commissar choosing this chase by himself, not a wise choice. Chaos Space Marines choosing to get their chainswords out and engage in melee. Gonna deplete him of his energy. Heretics need to stop worshiping and just get in. Lord Commissar forced off. The guardsmen are able to save him. Lots of plasma fire going in, putting the hurt on these CSM. The high DPS output of the Chaos Space Marines are peeling a lot of models off these guardsmen. They're very squishy. Need to be careful. Let the Galaxy Burn goes off, doesn't hit much in retreat. Execute goes off, breaking the retreat of this one guardsman squad. But one guardsman squad by itself is not going to be able to do much, even with this heavy weapons team out. The presence of the Raptors are going to negate it. Heretics being cheeky, trying to get a power bash in. This heavy weapons team are going to be able to stop them though. Lots of damage going in, lots of models lost. Only the Aspiring Champion left. Guardsman forced off as Mannoroth gets back in to the middle. Guardsman choosing to rain in fire on the Chaos Lord to prevent the cap. Cap is completed though. Chaos Lord low in health needs to get out of there. Raptors jump in. Gonna start shredding the guardsmen. Heavy weapons team still allowed to stay set up. Actually get tied up now. Need to get out of there before they get wiped. Don't get wiped. Surprisingly. Mannoroth really needs to concentrate on finishing some of these squads to really finish the game. Mannoroth already tier 3. Trump4President floating a lot of resources in tier 2. 814 requisition, 169 power. Needs to really get something. Can go tier 3 right now, but I think he should get some units out. Probably both Ogrins and a Manticore. I wouldn't replace the Chimera again. But that's just me. Commissar Flare going off. Not really affecting the CSM. Plague Marines going in, and CSM going in. Tying up the Guardsman squad, really doing a lot of damage. CSM taking a lot of fire, being concentrated. Already dropped a model. Force off a Guardsman squad. Plague Marines tying up this heavy weapons team. CSM switching to chainswords just in time to really turn the tides on that melee battle. And force off this Guardsman squad. Mines go off, but heretics are spotters, so these mines are not going to have much of an effect. Plague Marine still in play, autocannon sets up, gets a few shots in. This lone Plague Marine goes in to tie the rest of them up. Autocannon not really effective this match. Really needs to be able to set up. The Raptors are negating their effect. Commissar Lord choosing to go with a tanky offensive build. Xenos Power Claw, Carapace Armor, and Stubbornness. But the Galaxy Burn goes off, really burning this heavy weapons team, forcing them off again. This is the bulk of his army though. Heretics in amongst them. Doom Blast goes off, forcing off a Guardsman squad. Chaos Lord in amongst the rest. The Guardsman squad. Lord Commissar needs to try and do something about it. Special attack knocks the Lord Commissar back. Chaos Lord can continue to rain fire in. Kill of the Week goes off, only hitting the Lord Commissar, buying enough health for the Chaos Lord to get out. Raptors go in, preventing the heavy weapons team from firing again. Trump4President really backed up into base, not able to do much. Base turret's about to go off along with Raptors, trying to chase it and kill it, but not able to do much, need to get out of there. Heretics in amongst Guardsmen again. Trump4President really bleeding heavily. Mannoroth floating resources like hell, probably saving up for a Great Unclean One to finish off the round, although I think even just getting a Chaos Predator out in the field would finish Trump4President off. The rest of his forces could easily force off the heavy weapons team and concentrate their fire on the Commissar, leaving only the squishy Guardsmen. And even in that case, the tanks can kite the Commissar and take him off the field. Bait engagement come middle. Really need to try and capture this point. Nothing really there. Guardsmen by themselves. No Commissar around. Not going to be able to do much. Autocannon does go off. Takes off a few Chaos Heretics models. But aren't going to be able to force off the heavy hitters, which are the CSM and the Plague Marines. Great and Clean One on the way for Mannoroth. Commissar going in there to try and tie the CSM up. Damaged Guardsman squad trying to kill off models. Not going to be very effective as their DPS is low. Already have 4 Guardsmen missing off the squad. Lord Commissar tries to take the VP under fire, but his energy runs out. Needs to get out of there. Won't be able to finish. Does get the decap. 1-1 right now. 403 to 144. Not looking good for Trump4President. And the Commissar gets killed. Chaos Lord gets in retreat path and finishes him off. Plasma Guardsman coming in around, needs to reinforce. This one missing its Commissar. But the Galaxy Burn not hitting anything. Baneblade on the way for Trump4President. Great and Clean One out on the field already. This is really going to push Trump4President back even further, as he doesn't really have anything out here that can counter this. However, Chaos Worship is going to increase the effectiveness of this Greater Demon. It doesn't look like Trump4President is really going to have an answer for it until the Baneblade comes out. Even then, it's going to be difficult. Power Bash goes off. Though Trump4President still has a little bit of power left. Oh, this is going to be dangerous if they do get the decap, though. Trump4President does not have any other power nodes active on the field. Let the galaxy burn, forcing off some more guardsmen. Guardsman squad cut off here. Needs to get out of there as the incoming fire is more than enough to peel off units. Trump4President really not letting his guardsmen reinforce. He needs all that DPS in at the same time to have any hope of really taking down units or models. A full wipe here and a decap, probably going to spell the end. Baneblade out, see what this can do. Where is the Great and Clean One? Great and Clean One choosing to sit here, probably a wise move just in case the rest of his forces get forced off, which they do. For the most part. Raptors and Chaos Lord still on the field. Although the Baneblade's going to be more than enough to force off both the Chaos Lord and the Raptors. Baneblade slowly marching up the field, gonna meet the Great and Clean One. Heavy Weapons team needs to set up, although the Raptors are probably gonna be able to take them out. Demolisher Cannon not hitting anything. As predicted, Heavy Weapons team tied up. Ooh. Not good. Heavy Weapons team just about to be wiped out by the... Oh, saved by suppression. Heavy Weapons team able to get out of there. Although, Great and Clean One now taking rear armor hits on this. Baneblade in danger, needs to get out of there. Needs repairs. Need to support this guy. Heretics going in. Gonna peel off these guardsmen, they're gonna force them off. No repairs in the area. Baneblade's without the support. Baneblade's gonna go down. This is a dead Baneblade. Trump4President really should have been careful. And there's the concede. Trump4President really not choosing to get any much tier 2 units other than a Chimera, which is a huge mistake. Really needed additional units there to put pressure on Mannoroth, peel off units, and increase the damage. I think it was a big mistake to go for the Baneblade too. It really needed units fast. Mannoroth really keeping his units alive, not really losing much, encountering pretty much everything that Trump4President had to force out. Here is the overview. Commander tab points. Chaos Lord getting to level 6, Trump4President getting to level 4, Mannoroth able to kill Commissar Lord on 3 separate occasions. Units tab, Mannoroth killed 153 units, Trump4President able to kill 72. Mostly heretics probably. Resources tab. And points tab. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed my cast. If you would like to see more content, please subscribe to my channel and I'll try to upload casts regularly. If you want your match casted, feel free to email me at takadekadaka@gmail.com. Information regarding the video and the mod are in links in the video description below. Thanks again.